Hey friends, my name is Richie and welcome back to my channel, Gender Not Found. Um, so this is gonna be my last video before I go to bed, and I want to talk about the power of names because names can be a powerful thing. And I actually saw a video earlier today. It was one of those Reddit videos that I love so much because I do love watching those. This guy Marky, he did a video about a there was a guy who wanted to name his child either Theodore or Theodora and then called them Ted for short. And the last name was Bundy, and he wanted to do that to honor his grandfather. Like, he wanted to give him the name, he wanted to give this child the name Ted to honor his grandfather. But the family's last name was Bundy, and the wife didn't want that. So it was basically an argument between them. Eventually they decided to give him the middle name, Silas. So they still honored the grandfather, but in a better way. And yeah, names can have a really powerful effect on people. Another name post that came from Reddit that I really enjoyed hearing about, r slash read this one on his channel, and it was about a a husband who wanted to name his daughter Karen. I'm pretty sure, or maybe it was the mom. I don't know. One of the parents wanted to name their daughter Karen, the other parent didn't, and there was an argument over this. So, for those of you who don't know, Karen is generally a term used in general in Reddit culture for like a well, not just in Reddit culture, just in the world in general for there are tons of YouTube videos about Karens or whatever. And they is generally known as the word for a bitchy or entitled person, which is pretty funny because I actually met a Karen recently. She was at the store or something, and she was a very sweet person. But anyway, names can be a very powerful thing, and sometimes when they're given to you by an abusive person, they hold a lot of weight when you realize that you're being abused and you want to get out of that situation, and that is exactly what happened to me. So, if you haven't figured it out already, Vanellope was just like a name that I used for in my videos. It wasn't actually it wasn't my real name. I had a different name, which was unfortunately given to me by my abusive father, and I decided last summer that I no longer wish to share. I no longer wish to have that name, and I also didn't want to have my dad's last name either, and I'm going to be taking my mom's last name. And I have decided on a first name, it's Richie, and yeah, I have been through a bunch of names. I've gone through Rylan. At one point, I thought my name was going to be Joey, Calix, Dylan, uh, a few others, Shane, uh, stuff like that. I've been, yeah, I've been through some others too. I don't remember them all, but I've been through a whole bunch. Um, and then in October, when I figured out that when I realized that my gender identity was non-binary, I actually became more insistent about changing my name. Like, the reason I initially wanted to change it was because it was just given to me by my abusive dad, and I wanted to change that. And my mom is the best, so that's why I'm taking her last name. Um, my sister went in a totally different direction and completely changed her entire name. She didn't take my mom's last name, she just picked an entirely different one, which is totally fine. I don't know if she did that as part of her gender identity or because of how her name came about or whatever. I think she did it because she was trans. Me and my sister went for it for I feel like me and my sister decided to change our names for completely different reasons. I mean, not that hers isn't valid, hers is just as valid as mine. And, actually, when I realized I was non binary, I became more insistent about changing my name. Like, it was still something that I wanted to get done regardless because I just didn't want to have a name associated with my abuse. And I didn't want a name associated with the nickname my dad used to call me, which was, um, a word that my name rhymed with and then my name, and so, like, he didn't call me Pumpkin or anything like that. He literally called me my name and then a rhyming word, and I'm not gonna get much more into it than that, but everything about my abuse, like, I even recently deleted my Facebook because I kept seeing memories popping up with my old name, and it sucked, actually. Um, Nathan may or may not know my real name. I'm not 100% sure. He asked me if he could continue referring to me as Vanellope, and I'm not sure I'm too comfortable with that. Nathan, if you're watching this, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe I would prefer it if you started calling me Richie, just because having a name that I love and going through all this shit just to get a name, because I've wanted this for a year now, and me and my mom printed out the paperwork in December, and we still have a lot more to get done, like to go through with everything before, I actually, because it took me like 6 months just to actually pick a name. I also really like the way in which this name is associated with my YouTube channel. I can do like Richie Reads Reddit, and I'm planning to do Richie Reviews in the future because, on my old channel I did like Movie Review Monday and the Saturday Show, and that was fun. Wasn't something I did a lot of videos of, but it was something I enjoyed and something I'd like to get back to. And so I just want to say that having a name that I really love is such a huge freaking deal for me, so and Vanellope isn't exactly my identity anymore. Like, she used to be. I centered my YouTube channel around her. Okay, the reason why I did that was because, at the time at the time Wreck-It Ralph came out, I was dealing with the diagnosis of autism. I'd been dealing with it for about a year and a half-ish. And, Vanellope's movie came out, and when she chose to keep a glitch at the end, it made me feel like, okay, I should be totally comfortable with my autism. Like, the whole thing with the glitch, it really helped me come around to my autism and realize this might actually be a good thing, like, this is actually a gift and stuff like that. Not so much now, like, I haven't even watched it in years, but, I mean, yeah, I still associate my own channel with that, and I've actually recently gone back to take down a couple of videos, and I'm gonna be taking down a bunch more. I am gonna delete a bunch of my old content, and also edit some titles for reasons. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not associating myself with Vanellope anymore. I mean, I still love her, and I love that movie because of what it did for me at the time. I appreciate that so much. Like, I never would have been okay with my autism, and I still definitely have struggles with it, but if it wasn't for that movie, I would definitely feel a lot worse about it than I do today. But it's not exactly who I am anymore. I'm kind of moving on from that. I want to talk about other stuff. Like, I want to talk about my autism. I want to talk about being non binary. I want to talk about my struggles, depression, PTSD, stuff like that, because I do have that stuff going on. So I kind of want to. I was kind of was hoping to move on from the Vanellope thing. That's kind of why you know, my past channel, it's kind of not active anymore. Like, I don't post there anymore. I stopped posting. I still go on there once in a while to, like, watch videos or add something to a playlist, but I stopped posting videos there, and I don't plan on going back because, people move forward, they grow up, and, you know, Nathan's grown up too. Like, he used to be this 14-year-old kid with his funny prank calls with his voices and shit like that. And, yeah, it was funny. It was cute, but like, he grew up, he's moved on to other things, and so have I. Anyway, if everyone could get on board with this, I would really appreciate it. Um, and if you're not on board, go fuck yourself. But, seriously, I'm just kidding. But, seriously, I would appreciate it if, you guys could be okay with this, because, it's what I'm doing, regardless of how you feel about it. So, it's my life, it's my name, and I'm changing it whether you like it or not. So, it's gonna be Richie, and if you don't like it, then I guess you don't have to watch my channel anymore. Nathan, I want to give a big shout out and hi to you, and also thank you for being awesome through all this. You've been really supportive. And I really appreciate that. Like the first thing Nathan said to me on Facebook when I made a Facebook post about being non-binary and my pronouns and stuff, Nathan was like, I don't really understand it, but I'm here to support you and stuff." And that was really awesome. And Nathan, I support you too in whatever you do in life. Anyway, thank you for being my first real fan. Um, anyway, I love each and every one of you guys. Please don't forget to always be yourself. Uh, you are valid, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.